Well, it's good to be back. It's been a while. A couple months ago, I decided to add a laser to the shop. And next thing I know, I added another laser to the shop. And then I decided to get a 3D printer. And I got another 3D printer, and another printer, and another printer. And it's just been a whirlwind of trying to learn these new tools. And that's where all my time's been going. I'm still in the shop in the lathe, but kind of branching out here, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to open up a new channel or incorporate this into this channel, and I guess I'm going to keep it all in one space. So I know a lot of people watching are used to in the shop and on the lathe and making bowls and whatnot, but that's okay. I'm still going to be putting out those videos. So if you're really not into anything that has to do with laser or printing, you know, just move on, and hopefully you'll watch my next in the shop lathe video. But anyhow, I wanted to give you a look around at some of the new equipment and some of the stuff I've been doing. Hopefully now things are settling down a little bit. I'm still going 24/7. My printers are going 24/7. I'm going all day long learning. I mean, whenever you get into the whole 3D modeling thing, you know, I started off with just downloading models and printing, and now I'm to the point where I want to be creating my own. So there's a pretty good learning curve to that. I had dabbled in the 3D modeling years ago. I'm kind of almost going a little bit full circle here now, because I'm back to hand painting. Hadn't done any painting in years. Came back pretty quickly though. My training with airbrush and just regular canvas painting help speed that up. A lot of the concepts are still the same whenever you're painting models. But anyhow, let's take a look around at some of the equipment, some of the things I've been working on. This is one of my newest paint-ups. Just finished this one. Came out real nice. I still have to glue epoxy it together, but got a nice live edge bark or base for it. Do a little look at the paint job on it. I really like this model. I already have a couple more ready to go to be painted up. Here's one of my first that I did, this Batman one. And really, sort of the concept's just been evolving here. Because what I really wanted to do was be out in the lathe making my bases. So this one's put together, but this is a poplar. I had a 4x4 piece of poplar, so I've been using that to turn my bases. There's another eagle. This was another cool file, and the paint up came out pretty nice on it. This one's separated, it's not put together yet, so we have my base files 3D printed, squares, circles. Here's my this is the second laser I got. It's not in a laser box. You have to make box with exhaust systems on it, and I've only been running one at a time right now. This one is the which one is it? I can't remember, but it's the second one, and it's mainly for cutting. My other laser, I do a lot of printing work. Like here's an example of laser print on glass. Some of my bowls. Here's this is the recently done pile. This owl really comes out nice. I really started nailing the eyes too with this one. I think this was the original one that I did. I like the eyes better on this one, so I'm probably going to stick with that. Another version of the smaller owl. Deer head. Bears and more bears. This piece here is pretty interesting. It was just kind of something that came together. I had no plans for how I was going to do it. I ended up putting the rocks in there, sealant and resin. More bears. Trees and tree stumps I just started making. What I really want to kind of do is make bases on the lathe in some form or fashion. I'm not sure how, but probably something live bark style, and really just creating scenes. I have this grizzly bear here, and I made this little baby cub looking up at him. So those are going to be components of well, however I'm going to come up with my first scenes, we'll call them. More owls, more baby bears. Here's the printers in action over here. This was my first printer. It's an Anycubic Viper. It's pretty much a workhorse printer. My second one here is the FLsun. It's a Delta printer. This thing's fast. It's mega fast. Printing my first Flexi model here, which I'm doing a video on right now, so it'll probably come out after this one. I'm sort of trying to get a format together for how to show this stuff. It's way different than showing bowls on a lathe. My other printer is over here. Sorry about the glare, but this is a 3D resin printer. It's Elegoo Mars. So this is, again, it's another completely different animal from the filament printers. Prints in resin, plate goes up and down, and makes an object with a LED panel that hardens the resin. It's really cool. I'll do a video specifically on how these work. But I had to build an exhaust fan, exhaust box for this one because the fumes are nasty to it. I see a lot of people, it doesn't seem like it bothers them very much. But for me, I don't get along with it. So I built the box and the exhaust going out the window there. That's a little look around the inside of the new shop area. I got lasers out in the workshop with the lathe and all the other equipment out there. Don't want to run those inside either, and that's where I originally did an exhaust box, my first one out there. So I'm leaving the laser stuff out in that area, and everything's been working out pretty well. Hopefully I can start coming out with some new videos on a regular basis. I am going to be mixing it up between stuff in the lathe shop and the 3D printing, but really the concept here is meshing a lot of this all together. Like with my pedestals, that stuff's happening out on the lathe out there. The printing's going on in here. The painting, I actually have a separate painting station at another location. I do most of my painting at night. Gives you something to do while you're watching a movie. But anyhow, that's what's been up with me, and again, hopefully I'll get back to some more regular content here. Hopefully you like the 3D printing stuff. Working on my first explainer video, and that'll probably be coming together tomorrow maybe. But anyhow, good to see you, and I'll see you on the next video.